Hello everyone, so today I like to go over my figure collection as well as how I arrange and display them. So I've emptied out my display case here and did a little cleaning. And if you're wondering, this is just a bunch of glass panels held together by metal connectors. I got it from some store going out of business. But there's a lot of figures today, so we're gonna go as fast as we can. If you want to see any of these more in depth, I've made videos on a lot of them, and if not, I will in the future. But in order to maximize our space, we're actually going to start with this little bookcase here. On the top, I have my little Sumiko Garashi remint set. These are little terrariums of some Japanese mascots doing various activities in Japan. In front of them, I have the seasonal remint set of Kirby as well. I absolutely love these, and I definitely want to get more. I especially love this little cherry blossom one. There are a ton of remint sets out there, especially for Pokemon, so I might pick one up and open it in the future. So, moving on from that side, we are going to go to these two bookshelves right here. These are a little bit bigger, but you see this a lot in the backgrounds of my other videos. On the top left, I think I'm going to put the Nendoroids here. I think they look great on a bookshelf since they don't obscure the title too much. But I really like the pairing here. We have Aqua running away from Naga, and Hakwa looking a little scared of Monokuma there. This next section has a bunch of action shonen jump, so I think I'm going to put the remint sets of Hunter x Hunter here. And I also have that little Sheena figure from Tales of Symphonia. I think she's originally from a Gachapon machine. I really like how natural they look with their feet just hanging off the edge. And it's pretty rare for Hunter x Hunter to get new merch these days. And it's just kind of awesome to have Machi and Sheena together. They have that whole ninja thing going on. So in this section, there is a bunch of cute Yen Press manga, so I think I'll put the Plum Yuru Camp figures here, as well as the Presto minifigures of Kirby. And there's also that little lifeguard Renekton from League of Legends. So on this shelf, I think I'll put these little Pokemon figures here. I think Pikachu is actually a pencil topper and Dialga was ripped off of a stylus. There is a volume of Pokemon up here, so it does fit. And then we have this little tiny Master Roshi from Dragon Ball Z, annoying the crap out of Artoria from Fate Go. I got them both off of eBay because I think they were both part of sets or blind boxes. But I really like her expression, she's all angry, so I think she fits really well with Roshi. Aquamarine was making a figure of her before they went bankrupt, so hopefully someone in the future makes another figure of her, because I really love the casino outfit. So now that we're done with that, we can move on to the display case. So I think I'm going to start off with these Dragon Ball Presto prize figures. These are around like $25, but they're so freaking tall. Like, Launch is taller than most of my figures, and she's as tall as this freaking bookshelf. But on the plus side, because they're so tall, they can easily go in the back and they don't block anything. I just don't really want to buy risers. Continuing on with the Presto figures, I have my favorite character from My Hero Academia, which is Lemillion. This Calvin Hobbes looking guy can go right in the middle kicking butt. We have this Gintama figure where in one of the episodes he was trying to do a Kamehameha. Next we have a Shokugeki or Food Wars figure. I believe this is one of the only Soma figures out there, and I believe this one is made by Furyu. This next one is Callan from Code Geass, and this was for the Alice in Wonderland special they did a while back. And finally we have a Yugioh figure. This is a Dark Magician Girl from the Dark Side of Dimensions movie. I think this will do for now. This one's definitely going to change as more figures come in. This next section's going to be all my pop-up parade figures, the people who made Nendoroids. So we have my Full Metal Alchemist one, my Keanu Reeves, Johnny Silverhand. This one's actually a pretty bad figure, but I still really like him. Then we have the two Darkness figures from Konosuba. But yeah, I think pop-up parades are a pretty good deal. There's still a lot of space because this section's going to fill up really fast once all my pre-orders come in. So yeah, look forward to that as we expand Keanu's harem. Now, I used to be very addicted to League of Legends, so if you remember my little Renekton figure, that's actually a mini figure. They also have the full-size ones, so I have Nar here. It's kind of hard to tell with Nar, but these are supposed to be chibi. We also have Vi, which you might recognize if you watched Arcane, but she is based off her in-game model, so it's a little bit different. This one is Heimerdinger with his magnificent mustache, so of course I had to get that one. But we have one more mustache fellow, and that is the original Gangplank, before they made him all old and gritty. But Riot also has bigger figures. This one's pretty rare. It's the original Caitlyn figure. Before Riot kind of knew what direction they wanted with their figures, so they made a new Caitlyn figure, but this one has a cupcake. So here we have the Katarina figure. This is part of the Unlock series, kind of like their main scale figure line. I think they go for somewhere around like the $75 mark. But yeah, Katarina was what got me into League of Legends. She was like my first champion and my first main, so yeah, had to get her. I also have this terrible unlicensed Chinese figure of Fiora. Back when I didn't know anything about figures, I ended up just buying this off eBay, and the base just didn't fit at all. And I tried to like saw her down and get her to work, but I ended up throwing away her base. For some reason, I just can't bring myself to throw her away, so I just kind of lean her up against this corner, because obviously she can't stand on her own. Originally, I wasn't planning on keeping these, but after seeing Arcane and there's that new fighting game, I think I might be a fan of League again. So this next section will probably put the model kits. I have this Digimon Wargreymon figure, and then we have the Zoids Blade Liger figure. I absolutely love this one. It took me forever because this was my first model kit, but it does come with a little pilot, which is kind of cool. I do have one more model kit that I'm going to try to fit in here. But until then, I think we're going to put the Figmas, which are more action figures, and they're also made by Good Smile, who made Nendoroids. So I have this Overwatch one of Pharah. I love Overwatch. Unfortunately, it's a little hard to be a fan of Blizzard these days. But yeah, I still play occasionally. Of course, being a stereotypical otaku, I play Genji. This one was a bit hard to find. Usually all Overwatch stuff is in stock and 50% off. Oh, and I also have this Yasuo Figma from League of Legends as well. I did get this on a Christmas sale, so it was like 50% off. But he does come with a little tornado. That's kind of cool. But yeah, I'm trying not to get any more Figmas, but I thought this one was really cool. This is the Dodoro Hiyakimaru figure. Usually I don't like the way joints look on action figures and stuff like that, but Hiyakimaru is a doll, so I think it looks really well and fitting for him. You can see he takes off his arms and legs and they have like swords inside. But yeah, I did want to talk about Figmas more. We'll probably do that in another video. But for now, we have the Liger and the Wargreymon back there. I still need to get like a stand for Wargreymon because he falls over a lot. But in the front, we have the Overwatch crew dueling it out with the Samurai. But now for the midsection, we have this Refrigerator Senpai. This is Sungwon or ProZD's little figure from U2's. And yeah, I think we'll build him a little harem here. We have Sukiyo from Gintama. I think this figure is absolutely hilarious. Having a fancy rug carpet for basically just a bunch of plastic. It's just so silly to me, but yeah, I love Sukiyo. I really didn't think they would make a figure of her, so I actually got her aftermarket prices. But speaking of aftermarket, we have this Tai Takami figure from Persona 5. She is actually the most I have ever paid for a figure. But yeah, her aftermarket price is absolutely stupid. But I just love how natural this figure looks in the chair. But her clipboard falls out a lot, which is really annoying. Then we have this figure of Panty from Panty and Stocking. This one is made by Alter, so it's really good quality. But I did get it aftermarket as well, so a little pricey. This next one's a mouthful. It is Sanji Gahara from Bakimonogatari. This figure's a little old, so it's a little hard to find, but I was able to find her pre-owned for a pretty good deal. So as our centerpiece, we have Refrigerator Senpai surrounded by his harem, and I think we have enough space to put Cheshire Cat by My Athos in the back. Probably the nicest figure I own. Of course, the clipboard kept falling out of Ty's hand. It's just super annoying to get this thing to stick. Probably one of the nicest figures you can get for a good price is the Kotobukiya Levi figure. Such a great value for a unique and dynamic figure. I think it's going to go really well with this Goku figure. We can have Levi up top sweeping down, about to give Goku a good haircut. Here we have Domon from G Gundam, one of my favorite series. It's basically Gundam without any of the politics. It's just a big tournament arc with martial arts. We have a few Kotobukiya figures here. The first one is Yami Yugi. and the Shojo Deadpool, which, you know, definitely very different from regular Deadpool, because regular Deadpool just looks like an avocado. But the base is pretty nice, it's got that little Deadpool face. I think I'm gonna have to also cram in the Kurisu figure from Dream Tech and the Code Geass Mega House figure. So this one is very, very tight on space, but I'm kind of thinking ahead for all the pre-orders that have yet to come in. But I'm kind of happy with how it turned out. I think they have a kind of badass vibe going on here, and they have that gaze of just staring you down. So for this top row, I do have an idea in mind. I have these old retro consoles, so I still have my original GameCube, my Nintendo 64, as well as my SNES with Mega Man X in them. So I'm going to try to theme it around those a little bit. I just think that these retro consoles make great decorations. It's a lot better than just letting them collect dust and do nothing. But in addition, we have a bunch of nostalgic things for me. We have like the Dreamcast Sonic Shuffle, and of course my favorite RPG, the Tales of series. So on the left, we'll probably put the Pokemon Mega House figure, along with this unlicensed buff Charmander. Oh, and I have these little Mighty Beans of Pokemon. These are super cool back in the day, at least for me. It was really tempting to collect all of them, but it was way too expensive as a kid. I also have this little ladle that looks like a Loch Ness Monster. I don't know why I put this here, but those are a bunch of small plushies that smell like grape candy. Here we have the Mega Man X collection, a bunch of anime-looking robots. We have a few X figures, those are really nice. The Zero Nendoroid is also pretty good, but the Black Zero and this Model Kit Zero, I have a lot of issues with them. I would love to get a Zero figure with the quality of X. Here we have a bunch of Tails characters. These are all really nice because they're made by Alter. Of course, that comes with a higher price tag. And then we have the Legend of Zelda Nendoroids. I think these two make a great pair. There's also that little gold NES cartridge in the back there. We are almost done, and there's a little bit of space up here, and I think I have just the thing. I just gotta finish dusting all these amiibos. So on the back, we're gonna put all the non-Smash Bros. Amiibos. You got like Detective Pikachu, the Golden Shovel Knight Dark Souls guy, the Mario Party, Mario Wedding ones are really nice. I really like the amiibos just because they're small enough that they don't block any of the posters. And even though amiibo hunting can be a real big pain, I absolutely love amiibos. They're my favorite collectible. Just the actual connection to the games, how in Smash Bros. Melee and Brawl you're collecting all these trophies and having this huge gallery and all these figures sprawled out. It was just so cool to see all these colorful characters. Obviously, the early amiibos were really hit or miss, but I think they've gotten a lot better, and a lot of them are really nice figures. But if you're wondering, I am missing a few of the Smash ones. So with that, we are finally done, and we can take one final look. I'm pretty happy with how things turned out. Obviously, some are a little more cramped than others, especially since space is very limited. But that is the bulk of my collection. There are a few I didn't show, such as the Funko Pops in my closet. Oh, and I almost forgot about this figure. This is a Rock Lee Keychain that I got from a candy box when I was a very little kid, and it would be a real shame if I forgot to include him in the video. But hey, if you made it to the end of this video, thanks for watching, because this was a very long one, especially compared to my other videos. And if you're into figures and you want to see more, subscribing would be awesome. The next figure we're going to unbox is one that a lot of people have been really excited for and gushing about in the community. So look forward to that, and I hope to see you on the next video. Bye bye and Happy New Year's!